Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to At the Track. This weekend, we got all the racing in. Mother Nature stayed away, so we had cars on the track Friday, Saturday evening. It was great. Friday night from Killcare Speedway. Double points tonight for Crash from Tool Night. All divisions except for the late models who had a twin 25-lap feature. We've got great footage from that. From Saturday afternoon, the Junior Dragster Challenge and Super Saturday, a great afternoon of racing. Then Saturday night from Columbus Motor Speedway, we've got the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series and the Wolverine Winged Outlaw Midgets. Buckle up, folks. Here we are at the track.
Saturday, August 14th, Killcare Dragway, the Buckeye National. With the UDRA Funny Cars, the Pro Top Outlaws, and the Supercharged Warriors. A festival of speed and horsepower this weekend at Killcare. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, Pete Chrysler, and Quaker Steak and Lube. Friday night, the return of the ARCA Lincoln Welders Truck Series. This weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, we pause for some more commercials. When we return, footage from the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series at Columbus Motor Speedway, as well as the Wolverine Wing Outlaw Midgets. We'll be right back, folks, right here on At the Track.
Glass break. When it does, Architect Glass is there to replace it quickly with trained professionals and quality materials. Need a new or replacement storefront? Architect Glass builds custom storefronts for any commercial project. For all your commercial and industrial glass and storefront construction needs, call the professionals at Architect Glass. Architect Glass at 614-274-4618. Saturday, August 14th, Killcare Dragway, the Buckeye National. With the UDRA Funny Cars, the Pro Top Outlaws, and the Supercharged Warriors. A festival of speed and horsepower this weekend at Killcare. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, Pete Chrysler, and Quaker Steak and Lube. Friday night, the return of the ARCA Lincoln Welders Truck Series. This weekend at Killcare. Check KillcareRaceway.com for all the detail.
Saturday afternoon at Columbus Motor Speedway, the Wolverine Winged Outlaw Midgets were in town. Before we go to the races, I had a moment to catch up to the points leader. Here's what he had to say at Columbus. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the special touring events that comes to town at Columbus Motor Speedway is the Wolverine Winged Outlaw Midget Series. How you doing today? This is Ike Beasley, leader of the points standings, driver number 97. How you doing, Ike?
Pretty good. Glad to be here.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your program here?
Well, we've been running with this series for 2 years now. We finished second in points last year. So far this year, we won 7 out of 9 features and leading the points. And right now, we're just running for points, hoping to pad the lead a little bit and come home with the championship.
All right. Now, where are you guys out of?
We're out of West Bloomfield, Michigan.
Okay. And a bit of a drive to come down here and race, but I'm sure well worth it, having a good time.
Yeah, this is an awesome place. I used to run with Neymar's here about 4 years ago, and I haven't been here since the non-wing days. Okay. And it's good to be back. I love this track.
Why don't you tell us about who's helping you out on your ride?
Well, I got B&S Studios. They help me out a lot with promotions of videos, and I also got TakeUsHomes.com and Maplewood Dentistry.
Okay, now you got a crew back there in the hauler. They've been working out here. They kind of scattered once we all came around. Why don't you tell us who they are?
Yeah, they're a little bit camera shy, but I got my dad. He's my crew chief. He's been helping me out since I was like 10 years old. Got me started in racing. I got Paul Goins and Jeff Goins. They're both my crew members, and they're great. They've been with us for about 3 years now, and they're the guys that make the car fast. You know?
All right, now have you had a chance to go out on the track today?
Yeah, we've been out a couple times. So far, so good. It's a little slick right now, but it's pretty hot out, so just kind of riding around. See what
and now on to the race. Here you're going to see the 2 of Gary Harrell and the 20 of Ryan Gillenwater battling it out. Gillenwater cuts below the 44 machine of Corey Butler and sends both him and Harrell up in the outside wall. That's in turn 3 on lap number 11. Once back under action, the yellow 97 Ike Beasley, your points leader, being challenged now by the 14 machine of A.J. Lane as they come down into turn number 1. Lane tries to make an attempt there, can't quite make it happen. Beasley shuts the door as they go back into the backstretch. Once again, Lane's going to try and set up for an inside pass. Looks, pulls up beside the 97 of Beasley as they come down through. Beasley fires back going into turn 2. Lane goes down in the dirt. Beasley fires back into the backstretch, takes the lead back as they head down into turn 3. Everything's kosher as Beasley leads them around. Lane still not satisfied with second place. Once again, looking on the inside as they come out of 2. Beasley fires out again, doing a great job in the backstretch. Now all this goes on, a great battle for several laps until, as you're going to see coming up right here, once again the 14 machine of A.J. Lane working that inside groove coming out of turn 2. Makes the pass going into the backstretch. Beasley fires back, but as they come down into turn 3, they bump. Lane gets a better run. Beasley kind of goes wide, and that's when A.J. Lane took the win and the lead and the win at Columbus Motor Speedway.
I'd have to owe this one to my dad today. He tried some new stuff, worked very hard all week. All today, he's doing good.
Saturday evening made for a great sportsman race. Here you see the green flag waves down at the flag stand. It's Jimmy Kidd on the inside pole. Greg Isaacs outside him. Eddie Villette and Donald Parsons make up the second row as they go down into the backstretch. The 4 machine of Isaacs establishes the lead early. Now Parsons pulling up on the outside line, trying to get around the 25 machine of Jimmy Kidd as they go down into turn 2. Still side by side between them. Now Isaacs leads them down through. And eventually you're going to see here, unfortunately, that's a hit for the 7 machine of Ross Wells Jr. That brings out the caution on lap number 2. Then bad news for the number 4 machine of Greg Isaacs. Breakout rule applied. He goes to the tail on lap number 6. Let's take you back to the racing action. Here you see the 22 machine of Donald Parsons takes the lead after the green flag. Right behind him is the 66 of Paul Baker Jr. when this incident ensues. That's between the 8 machine and the 2. Greg Hoyle and Danny Rader were out after this. After the green flag resumed, your winner, Donald Parsons.
It goes to show, never give up. Beginning of this year, we had a rough start. My guys just kept on digging at it, and luck come back around. I got to thank my sponsors, P&S Transmission, Mangus Masonry, Designs by John, Renner Center, Steering Gear, Maniac Motorsports, Ohio Trailer Supply, Starjet, D and Dick Cahill, you guys are great. Fast Racing Engines, Chasing Racing Photos, and I got to thank the fans. You guys are the reason we're here, and my crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Columbus Motor Speedway, Saturday afternoon, sun shining, and the cars are here. Caught up with Dick Dunleavy Jr. driving in number 11 today. Dick, how you doing?
Real good today. Again, back in a super late model, driving Frank Jones's car. Okay. Charlie and Billy, they're maintaining it, so we're going to try to get it down in and get it competitive.
All right, now I see some of the names on the side of the machine. Why don't you tell us about them?
All Bond Machine Shop, which these are Frank's sponsors. It's Frank's cars. I really don't know that much about it. If you ask the wrong person right now, the only thing he told me I had to know about was the steering wheel.
All right, well, we definitely know you know how to operate one of those. Saw you win last night. It was a very impressive race.
Yeah, last night was a good night, good point night for points. We were down there at Kilcare in a track championship battle with Mike Carroll, and we was fortunate enough to win last night on a double point night, and did it with about 3 laps to go, so that was exciting for the grandstand and myself also.
Well, I imagine it was. I know you got to get going here. I just want to thank you and tell you it's good to see you back up here racing super late models at Columbus Motor.
Hey, thanks for stopping by and saying hey.
No problem.
You don't have to bring the camera each time. You walk by, you're allowed to smile and wave too.
All right, Dick. Thanks a lot. Now time for the super late models as the pace car pulls in. It's going to be up to Jamie Hunt and Terry Humphreys to lead the field down. That is the 5 machine of Gary Estes on the inside, row number 2. As they come down, everybody gets into it. Fusco in the 88, outside row 2, taking an early lead is the 93 machine of Jamie Hunt. As you see, the cars coming down, doing good. Now look here, the 5 machine of Gary Estes coming in turn 2, gets sideways. The whole field just kind of folds up behind him, but amazingly enough, everybody makes it through, okay, without a major incident. That incident was on lap 2. Now let's take you back to the racing action. There you see the 65 machine of Tim Ice working around the outside of the 93 of Jamie Hunt, trying to get out there for the lead as Hunt comes up on the 8 machine of Hersey. Now they're all down in turn 1, 2 by 2. As they go out into the backstretch, the 93 machine of Hunt still leads with the 65 of Tim Ice and the 1 machine of Terry Humphreys right behind him, your top 3. Everybody's doing good, and here you see Ice once again looking on the outside as they come up on the 08 machine of Carl Katz in the backstretch. Both of them doing real good. Humphreys hanging on real good in that number 1 machine, but here come the Iceman. Around on the outside as they come down through the front stretch. They're side by side going into turn 1. Everybody doing real good. Tim Ice drives right on around for the lead, and that's all it took for him to get around the 93 machine of Jamie Hunt. Now Tim Ice leads them down through turn 4 as he comes across the start-finish line. Yellow flag's going to come out due to a spin. This time it's going to be the number 80 of Kelly Bratton. That's on lap number 19. Back under racing, there you see Terry Humphreys has a problem there, and that puts him out for the evening, brings out the caution as the 48 machine gets spun around over in turn number 2. That's on lap number 21. As everything went on, nobody could get up and get around the Iceman. Tim Ice, your winner Saturday in Columbus Motor Speedway for the Super Late Models. Tragic incident afterwards. Here you see the 2 machine of John Jenkins up against the outside wall. Fire ensued. Mr. Jenkins got out due to the quick thinking and reaction of the track crew. Everybody coming down in to help him out, even as the cars were coming down through the front stretch. There you see a very upset and very heartbroken Mr. Jenkins.
I don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, setting fast time and starting 8th, and just the car just been so awesome. We even got banged up a little bit. Must just been all sheet metal because it was sure running pretty good.
Well, I'm finding out why they call you the Iceman. You made a move over here in turn 4 that I couldn't believe. When you split cars, got down low, I'm thinking, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dick kind of went in there and tried to go by that guy on the outside and couldn't quite get it done, and I drove in there and I looked over and Dick was still pushing up, so I went on the outside of Terry and
street stock action firing off. Here you see the 48 machine of Phil Gussler on the outside pole. Inside him is the 17 of David James back after that hard hit last week. Everybody does good as they head down into turn number 1. Let's take it back now. Here you see the 48 machine of Gussler with the 00 of John Smith on the outside of the 17 of Dave James. All of them in there battling for the lead. Great race. There you see the 11X machine spun around in the backstretch. That's going to bring out a yellow flag and slow everybody down. Everybody was okay after that incident happening on lap number 20, back under racing action. Here you see the 00 of John Smith in second place. David James in the 17 machine back there in third. 48 of Phil Gussler. And then it's the 83 of Bobby Stacy. Gets all turned around. Might have happened solo. Don't know. Your winner, Phil Gussler.
Yeah, we broke a rocker arm twice tonight. Poly lock came off one time. Rocker came off. I tell you what, it's right here. Oh, my dad. Without him, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Eric and Connie Scott, Phil and PJ for giving me a hell of a car to let me drive for 2004. Bonnie, Grandma and Grandpa Gussler, my crew, Robin, Ron, Brandon, everybody. Jerry's in the shop.
And now for your Columbus Motor Speedway calendar on August 14th, the AutoZone Midwest Elite Series. Also, the late models and Legends cars will be appearing that night. On August 21st, the Wing Sprints on asphalt. On August the 28th, it'll be the return of the School Bus Figure 8 race. Then on September 4th, the Labor Day Championships with a 75-lap late model feature and the final chapter in the epic saga known as the Spectacle Drags at Columbus Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, we pause, but when we return, we've got great footage from Friday night in the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series from Killcare Speedway.
We do a lot of country singers, the NASCAR people, Jeff Burton's, Nemechek, Kevin LePage. Basically, it's about custom painting, custom designing, custom graphics, custom creating.
When Bill Clinton was making his bid for our nation's highest office, he chose a custom finished coach from Presidential Coach. When the U.S. government hosted the Denver Economic Summit, they chose the safety and comfort of Presidential Coach. There is no finer transportation than Presidential Coach. Whether your needs call for business or recreational travel, Presidential Coach has the experience and equipment to make your trip memorable.
Weather looked good Friday at Killcare. Here you see Randy Markland getting ready for the compact race. Here's the 15 machine of Pelfrey and the 61 of Jackson, your front row as the green flag drops. They head down into turn 1 when Pelfrey establishes a lead early. Then the 61 machine here, you're going to see him coming into the backstretch. Going to get a little bit outside the racing line and off the track in the backstretch. 88 of Williams, 20 machine of Alan Campbell, and the 17 of Dave LeCue battling up there, trying to get to the lead as well. As they bring it down the front stretch, everybody's doing good. No accidents so far in the compact division. 15 machine of Pelfrey doing a real good job in that red machine of his. There you see contact between him and the 61 machine of Matt Jackson. As once again, 88 of Williams challenges up. Here you see the 81 of Chip Hare III moving up through the pack, battling with the 41 machine of Gary Williams. That is what you see here, the 15 of Pelfrey going down through the infield, taking a shorter route. Here you see once again Williams and Chip Hare III battling it out. Williams comes around and takes the lead as they come down through. Williams is eventually going to get the checkered flag.
I'd like to thank Beaver Creek Jewelers, Chamber Signs, he keeps numbers on it, I mean, it's terrible. RMS Trucking, House of Hunt Motorsports, Hangar 18 Race Cars, which is Donnie. Donnie Page Racing Chassis, he helps keep her turning. Jerry Moore Trucking, and I might as well thank Toyota, because I think that's what Brett's driving too, is a big Toyota. And, Toyota. And other than that, I guess the main person I'd like to thank our troops, support them, pray for the families of friends.
And now for the first 25 lap late model feature, here you see the 52 of Mike Miller inside full with the 17 of Sam Heckman. Top 2 in points battling it out as they go into the backstretch. 17 of Heckman high on the outside, working that line real good. Miller fights back as they head down into turn 3. A good battle here between the two of them. Doing it nice and clean. They've got the 75 machine of Gary Estes right behind him in third place. Back further behind them, so 32 is Steve Foster, and the 8 of Ricky Bates battling back up and forth in the back there. Still too wide for the lead between the 52 of Mike Miller and the 17 of Heckman. Heckman slipping back a little bit. Estes coming up on the underside, trying to challenge as they head down into the front stretch. Mike Miller establishing his lead now. Still battling going on between Ricky Bates and Don Mahaffey. Here you see a nice little battle between Jerry Stapleton and Tony Brunke. That sends Brunke around. He clears the field, though, down into the center. Brunke smokes it up and brings out the caution flag. Let's take a look at that from the backstretch. Here you see him coming into turn 3. Stapleton gets into the back of Brunke a little bit as they go around in turn 4. Brunke just gets sent sideways and just powers it out to get out of everybody's way. A good move, great tactic, saves many bent race cars. Now let's take you back to action. There you see the 29 machine of Brunke back in his position, 33 of Stapleton to the inside. When Ron Simpson spins down through the front stretch, did that one all by himself there. That brings out caution once again. Let's take you back under action. There's your winner for the first time in 2004. Mike Miller gets his first victory.
I'd like to thank all the family, friends, everybody's helped out this year. We're still having a good year. Hannah Paint, Weiler Welding, First National Mortgage Bank, Ross Moorhead. Anybody else that's helped out, I appreciate it. And thank the fans for coming.
Now let's take you to the mini stock action. The 60 machine tonight being driven by Gordon Watson Jr. Here you see him and Eddie Floor getting together down in turn 1. That accident just sent him Floor down to the inside. Now let's take you back to the racing action. There you see 45 Floor gets down low and pinches out. 70 Kenny Snyder stuck between the 23 of Rob Larimore. That brings out the caution where the 15 machine of Eric Snell ends up heading into the wall. Tough break there. Now back under racing action. The 45 machine of Flora and the 37 of Chuck Weaver battling out as they come down through the front stretch. Everything's looking good. Everybody doing okay. Here you see there's the 18 of Gary Eaton Jr. and that's the 15 machine of Snell. There's the damage to the truck from that earlier accident. He spins it out there and takes it down into the infield. Now you're going to see there's that hard hit for the 23 machine. We slowed it down for you so you can see it. A massive accident for Rob Larimore. There you see the kind of damage that the truck took. Real testament to the safety built into these race machines that you see every week. Here you see Dick Orr from Killcare Dragway visiting, and Randy Markland up to his usual monkey business in the backstretch. Back under racing action, here you see the 45 machine of Eddie Flora still leading the 7 of Kenny Snyder in there. The 18 of Gary Eaton Jr. battling with the 37 of Chuck Weaver. Look at the kind of moves that the 7 machine of Kenny Snyder is putting on Eddie Flora with some front end damage, but Flora able to hold everybody off as they head down into the front stretch. That's the 34 machine of Chuck Weaver going sideways down into the center. That brings out the caution. Now re-rack, the 45 machine of Eddie Flora still leading in this race as the 18 machine of Gary Eaton Jr. comes up, pinches to the outside, cuts off the 7 machine of Kenny Snyder. 34 machine of Chuck Weaver pulls up underneath as they all come down into the front stretch. The 18 machine of Gary Eaton Jr. challenging on the last lap. Yes, that was the white flag. There you see contact between the two of them as they head into the backstretch. They are side by side. Eaton Jr. loses a little bit, and it's just enough for the 45 machine of Eddie Flora to get him right at the line. Fast Eddie Flora takes another win for the mini stocks.
Garrett's a good guy. I couldn't let Garrett beat the last lap. I got to thank Procom, McDonald's, Firestone, Napkins, Russian Key Lock, WB Chassis, which is Wells Brothers, just everybody.
Pure stock action now. 26 of Bill Burba on the pole, the 28 of Billy Ritchie on the outside. Here you see the 98 machine of Jamie Sides coming up and trying to challenge for second position. Burba breaks out to an early lead over the field as they all come down through into the backstretch. Everybody looking good. Let's take you into this lap here as a massive incident ensues between 28 of Billy Ritchie, 63 of Brett Clark, the 8 machine of Brian Roush, and the 7 of Derek Louderback due to oil in turn 1. Let's take a look at it again a little bit slower. Look at the speed by the 8 machine coming in here. Couldn't slow down due to oil. Hits 63 of Brett Clark, sends him about 6 feet in the air, and then continues on and hits Billy Ritchie. Hard accidents for all involved there. 7 machine of Derek Louderback also succumbing to damage due to the rear end, but you're winning the pure stocks, Bill Burba.
Brand Insurance, Miller's Touch, Foster Fabrications. All the fans for coming out tonight. I appreciate it.
EMOD action now at Killcare Speedway. 67 machine of Kyle Jones leading with the 11 of Dick Dunleavy Jr. right behind. And you see this accident ensues over in the backstretch. Involved in this is the 54 machine of Dave Spencer, the 52 of Michael Broadus. Let's take a look at it as they go down through. Everybody just gets collected. 6 of Derek Barnett, 4 Charlie Davis, 69 of Rodney Crush. Everybody else checks up and avoids incident. Good racing now between the 67 of Kyle Jones, the 11 of Dick Dunleavy Jr. Here you see Dunleavy setting up for the outside pass that he does so well at Killcare. As they come down through the backstretch, he pulls up side by side. Now as they head down into turn 4, Dunleavy trying to get the plan he needs, and he does, and takes the lead. Once Dunleavy made it to the front, that's all he needed. He was able to hold off Kyle Jones and the rest of the EMOD crew. There you see it was with 5 laps to go. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, in the EMODs on double points night, Dick Dunleavy Jr.
You know, once Kyle saw me, he gave me my lane, and I like to compliment him for that because he did grease me clean and hard, and made it exciting for the crowd with the way we was going through some of the lap cars and traffic. You guys need to bring some friends back next week. Tell them how good the racing is out here in the 2 wide race and 2 lanes.
Now for the second late model feature at Killcare Speedway, the 8 machine of Ricky Bates leading the field down with the 17 of Sam Heckman, 75 of Gary Estes in hot pursuit. When the 32 of Steve Foster gets turned around, and there you see Mike Miller and Virgil Powell getting together trying to avoid him. That puts them both up against the outside wall. Now back under action. The 8 machine of Ricky Bates still leading with the 72 of Don Mahaffey challenging, and the 29 of Tony Brunke right on the back door. As they come into the backstretch, everybody's looking good. Mahaffey on that high line trying to get the momentum he needs to get around the 8 machine of Bates. Brunke's just waiting for a window as they head down into turn number 1. There you see Tony Brunke just pulls right in between them and takes the outside groove away from the 72 machine of Don Mahaffey and begins his charge. Pretty much once he comes down to the front stretch, he's going to start to power up on the 8 machine of Ricky Bates. Gets pinched down a little bit, but as they go down into turn 1, even more determined now is the 29 machine of Tony Brunke with the 17 of Sam Heckman trying to pull the same move on him that he pulled on Mahaffey. As they come into the backstretch, you could throw a blanket over the top 5. The 8 machine of Bates leading as the 29 of Brunke still challenging on the outside line and gaining ground as they head into the backstretch. They are side by side, halfway point. There's where Tony Brunke makes the pass, drives right around him on the outside line, takes the lead and the win for the second feature at Killcare.
The late model division, the second of the Twin 25.
Do another wild burnout?
Something like that. We had to make up that first race. It was kind of ugly. I made a mistake down one, dropped down on Jerry. Just a bad race first race. These guys set me up on the second one. Don, Mike, Dan, Wendy, Jill, Gina, Jacob, Rachel, Ryan, Keith, the lot of you. Especially thanks to all you guys. That's why I'm out here every week.
Now for your Killcare Speedway calendar, next Friday it is the ARCA Lincoln Welders Truck Series coming back to town due to the rain date reschedule on August the 20th. Another reschedule, it's Open Wheeled Friday. For the first time ever, the USAC Ford Focus Midget Series invades Killcare along with the Vintage American race cars. Then following that, on August 27th, it will be the return of the school bus figure 8 race, this time with monster trucks. Then on September 3rd, the door closer for the 2004 season at Killcare Speedway. We need all our drag racers to the staging lanes. When we return, we'll have footage from the Junior Dragster Challenge and from Super Saturday at Killcare Dragway.
Saturday, August 14th, Killcare Dragway, the Buckeye National. With the UDRA funny cars, the Pro Top Outlaws, and the Supercharged Warriors. A festival of speed and horsepower this weekend at Killcare. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, Key Chrysler, and Quaker Steak and Lube. Friday night, the return of the ARCA Lincoln Welders Truck Series. This weekend at Killcare. Check KillcareRaceway.com for all the detail.
Run up front, you've got to have the right parts. Westar Motorsports has what you need to get to the winner's circle. From drivetrain to chassis parts, even a complete custom-made race car body, Westar Motorsports can help you bring home the checkered flag. Westar Motorsports.
And now from Killcare Dragway, the Junior Dragster Challenge. This is Ryan Jinks and Mike Sturgill in the 13 to 17-year-old final. Jinks is out of Jamestown, Sturgill's out of Beaver Creek. Down at the big end, win light's going to go to Mike Sturgill out of Beaver Creek. He runs an 885 on an 880 dial. And now for juniors 8 to 12-year-old, their final. This is Jake Riley and Eric Smith. Riley's out of Carlisle, and Eric Smith is out of New Carlisle. Down at the big end, you're going to see a win light go to Jake Riley. Runs an 896 on an 892. Now let's go ahead and move up to sportsmen Jim Kelly and Earl Crouch. Kelly's out of Riverside, and Crouch is out of New Lebanon. Kelly's got the 85 Monty. There you see win light goes left side to Jim Kelly. Now for the pro bracket, this is Rick Shepard and Earl Wired. Shepard's out of Riverside in the 74 Nova. Wyatt's out of Bellbrook in the 70 Challenger. As we send them down the track, green lights a pair. You're going to see down at the big end, win light's going to go to Earl Wyatt out of Bellbrook. Runs a 1207 on a 1209 dial, and now your pro motorcycle. This is Larry Segraves and Dean Weeks. Red light on Weeks gives Larry Segraves the automatic win. And final on Super Saturday in the pro bike down at the big end. Segraves is going to run. Let's see what it is, a 1001 on a 998. Not too far off the dial in. Now let's go to Super Pro. Jerry Dunkel and Rick Nelson. Dunkel's out of Kettering, the 69 Chevelle. And the 87 Shelby's Nelson down at the big end looking for the win light. Going to Rick Nelson with a 601 on a 601 dead on. And now for your Killcare Dragway calendar. On August 14th, the Buckeye National is back at Killcare for the 2004 season with the Pro Top Outlaw Dragsters, the UDRA Funny Cars, and the Supercharged Warriors. On August 21st, the Quick 16 returns with the quickest door slammers and dragsters battling it out. And then on August 28th, the final points race for Indy. On a side note, we would like to send a get well soon and wish for a speedy recovery to Ed Crowder. We hope to see him soon. Well, folks, that's all the great racing action that we've got for you this week on At the Track. We want to say hi to some special friends like Andrew Romley, Leroy, and DK Hill. We need to tell you all, get feeling better. Thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next week right here on At the Track. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, Westar, Presidential Coach, Starjet, Architect Glass, Killcare Speedway, and Columbus Motor Speedway. We'll see you folks next week right here at the track. Killcare. Enjoy driving that lane Chevrolet Killcare Pennstroke all around.
I may have to leave you to scuff. I just saw these guys come up.
Oh, you got to go scuff?
Probably, yeah. Right, I probably got about 3 minutes at the most.
We can knock it out real quick.
Okay.